Okay, so you sent over some fascinating research on AI, specifically how to make these powerful language models more accessible.
Yeah,
You know, the kind of AI that can write poems, translate languages, answer your questions,
right.
but usually needs a room full of supercomputers to run.
Uh-huh.
The paper we're diving into today is called Taid, Temporally Adaptive Interpolated Distillation for Efficient Knowledge Transfer in Language Models.
Like a mouthful, I know.
Yeah, it is a bit of a mouthful,
But stick with us.
but trust me, it's a pretty cool concept.
Yeah, we'll break it down.
And we're going to break it down for you so you can see that this could really change the AI game.
So what's interesting is that we've reached this point where the potential of AI is just exploding.
Yeah.
But the size of these models is a major bottleneck. Like these large language models, these LLMs, they're incredibly powerful,
Right.
but they're incredibly resource intensive.
It's like trying to fit a whale into a goldfish bowl. Exactly. The paper even mentions Bloom, a language model with 176 billion parameters.
Huge.
That's a lot of brain power.
It is.
And a lot of energy to keep it running.
So that's the paradox, right?
Yeah.
We need smaller, more efficient AI models
Right.
without sacrificing the power and accuracy of these massive ones.
Like something that can run on your phone.
Exactly, not a giant data center.
Okay, so how do we, shrink a whale into a goldfish?
Well, that's where knowledge distillation comes in, Katie.
KD, okay.
So imagine you have a brilliant professor,
Right.
the teacher model,
Uh-huh.
and you have them tutor a promising but less experienced student,
Okay.
the student model.
Got it.
That's essentially what knowledge distillation does.
Right.
It transfers the knowledge,
Okay.
the learned probability distributions
Yeah.
from a large trained teacher model
Mm-hmm.
to a smaller student model.
So it's like giving the student the condensed version of the teacher's entire lesson plan.
That's a great way to put it.
All the key insights, none of the fluff.
Yeah, and it's already being used in the field, actually.
Oh, really?
But here's the catch.
Okay.
Making KD truly effective
Yeah.
is a lot trickier than it sounds.
I bet it's not as simple as just copying and pasting information, is it?
You got it.
There's got to be more to it than that.
Yeah, there are two major hurdles.
Okay.
First, there's the capacity gap.
Capacity gap.
Think of it this way. You can't fit the entire contents of the Library of Congress into a backpack.
Right. Makes sense.
The student model simply doesn't have the capacity to store all the knowledge of the massive teacher model.
Okay, so you need to be selective about what knowledge gets transferred.
Exactly.
But what's the second hurdle?
So the second one has to do with what we call modes.
Mode.
The different ways a model represents information.
Sure.
Imagine the teacher model is a master chef
Mm-hmm.
who can create hundreds of dishes perfectly.
Right.
The student, still learning, might struggle to master even a few basic recipes.
I'm following.
Oh, wait, good.
So how do these modes cause problems for the student model?
It leads to two main issues: mode averaging and mode collapse.
Mode averaging, mode collapse.
With mode averaging,
Yeah.
the student tries to learn a little bit of everything,
Right.
but doesn't excel in any one area.
Mm-hmm.
It's like having a superficial understanding of every subject,
Okay.
but not being able to really dive deep into any of them.
So instead of a master chef, they're more like someone who can follow a recipe,
Yeah.
but doesn't really understand the nuance of the flavors and techniques.
Exactly.
Okay.
On the flip side, you have mode collapse,
Uh-huh.
which is like the student becoming hyper-focused on just one or two dishes,
Okay.
completely neglecting the rest of the menu.
Right.
So they might become a whiz at baking cakes,
Yeah.
but forget how to even boil water.
Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
It can be.
And the paper also mentions this curse of the capacity gap.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means that even if you use a bigger teacher model, it doesn't always result in a smarter student model. It's more to it than just brute force knowledge transfer.
Okay, so we need a more nuanced approach.
Exactly.
And that's where Taid comes in.
That's right.
Okay, so tell me about Taid.
So TAID stands for Temporally Adaptive Interpolated Distillation.
Right.
And it's like a dynamic tutor
Okay.
that adapts to the student's learning pace.
Gotcha.
It bridges that capacity gap and avoids those mode pitfalls.
All right, color me intrigued.
Good.
How does it actually work? How did Taid work its magic?
So TAID creates what the researchers call an intermediate teacher,
An intermediate teacher.
a sort of hybrid
Okay.
between the student and the teacher models.
Oh, so like a middleman.
Exactly.
Like a TA who breaks things down into more manageable chunks.
Yeah, that's a great way to think about it.
Cool.
And this intermediate teacher, it's not static.
Okay.
It starts off very simple, closely mirroring the student's current abilities.
Right.
Then as the student learns, the intermediate teacher gradually becomes more complex, inching closer to the full knowledge of the teacher model.
So instead of being bombarded with a fire hose of information, the student gets like a curated curriculum.
Precisely.
That ramps up in difficulty.
Yeah, much smoother.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah, more effective way to transfer knowledge.
I like it.
But Taid takes it a step further.
Okay.
It's adaptive.
Adaptive, how so?
It actually monitors the student's progress.
Cool.
And adjusts the mix between the student and teacher models accordingly.
So it's like having a personal trainer for AI.
Uh-huh. I like that.
Constantly adjusting the weights and reps based on how well the student's performing.
Exactly.
So it's less like traditional teaching and more like, personalized learning for AI.
That's a great analogy.
That's really cool.
And that's a key part of what makes Taid so efficient and effective.
So Taid sounds great in theory.
Yeah.
But did the researchers actually, put it to the test?
They did. They put it through its paces.
All right, and what were the results?
They tested Taid in 2 key areas.
Okay.
Instruction tuning, which is how well a model follows instruction.
Right.
And pre-training.
Which is more general, right?
Yeah, it's like general language learning for AI.
Okay.
And they used industry standard benchmarks, like MP Bench and the Open LLM leaderboard.
So no cutting corners.
Nope. These were the real deal.
Real world tests.
Absolutely.
Okay. And drum roll, please.
Taid consistently outperformed existing methods.
Wow, really?
In both areas. Even those that were far more computationally expensive.
So not only is it more efficient,
yeah,
it's more effective too.
In some cases, it was twice as fast while achieving better results.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's a remarkable achievement.
So they didn't just prove Taid in theory.
Right.
They actually built real-world AI models using it.
Exactly, which we'll dive into after a short break.
So before the break, we were talking about Taid.
Yeah.
This new approach to knowledge distillation that creates smaller, more efficient AI models. And the results are, I gotta say, pretty mind-blowing.
They are impressive.
It's not just faster, it actually outperforms some of the bigger, more resource-intensive models.
Yeah, that's what's so exciting.
But let's get to the heart of the matter here.
Okay.
Why should we care about more compact and efficient AI?
Well,
what does this mean for us in the real world?
That's the exciting part. Right now, the power of AI is mostly limited to research labs and big tech companies.
Right.
But imagine a future where anyone can access cutting-edge AI, regardless of their resources.
So it's not just about making AI faster.
Right.
It's about making it accessible.
Exactly. Think about doctors in remote areas.
Yeah.
Using AI-powered diagnostic tools on their smartphones.
Really?
Or students in underserved communities having access to personalized AI tutors.
That's the kind of transformative potential we're talking about.
It is.
It could really level the playing field and democratize access to some incredibly powerful tools.
I agree.
But let's talk about another crucial aspect here.
Okay.
Energy consumption. We're building these incredibly powerful AI systems, but they're so energy intensive, they're contributing to the very problems they're supposed to help us solve.
It's a bit ironic, isn't it?
It's like a paradox. Yeah.
It is.
But Taid offers a way forward,
I think so.
a path toward sustainable AI that doesn't require us to sacrifice performance.
Yeah,
so we can have our cake and eat it too.
That's the goal.
That's amazing. And you mentioned earlier this idea of personalized learning with AI. What would it look like to have an AI tutor that can adapt to an individual's learning style and needs?
Imagine an AI that not only teaches you, but learns how you learn best.
Okay.
It could identify your strengths and weaknesses, adjust its teaching methods in real time, and even create customized learning materials just for you.
It's like having a personal Socrates.
Exactly.
Guiding you through your education.
Yeah.
Constantly challenging you, pushing you to reach your full potential.
It would be incredible.
That's amazing. And this kind of personalized learning could revolutionize education.
Absolutely.
It would make learning more engaging, more effective, more accessible to people with different learning styles and needs.
For sure.
It would be amazing to see that kind of tailored education available to everyone.
Yeah.
But as we delve deeper into these exciting possibilities, we can't shy away from the potential challenges, right?
That's true.
As we develop more powerful AI, we need to consider the impact it will have on society.
It's a crucial conversation.
Absolutely. It's not just about building cool technology.
Yeah.
It's about building technology that benefits humanity.
Benefits everyone.
As a whole.
Exactly.
And that means thinking carefully about the potential downsides.
Yeah.
And working to mitigate any negative consequences.
Absolutely.
Well, the researchers behind Taid acknowledge these concerns.
That's good to hear.
They emphasize the need for responsible development and deployment of AI, focusing on transparency, fairness, accountability.
Those are all important considerations.
Absolutely. It means they're not just focused on the technical advancements,
Right.
but also on the ethical implications.
Precisely.
AI is a powerful tool.
It is incredibly powerful.
And like any tool, it can be used for good or bad.
That's right.
It all comes down to the intentions of the people who create it.
Oh, you use it.
Yeah, we need to ensure that AI is developed and deployed in a way that aligns with our values and benefits society as a whole.
I couldn't agree more.
AI has the potential to be a force for good in the world.
It does.
Helping us solve some of the most pressing challenges we face.
Absolutely.
It's up to us to guide its development and ensure that it's used to create a better future for everyone.
I agree.
This deep dive has certainly opened my eyes to the incredible potential of AI, but it's also made me realize we have a responsibility to approach this technology with both enthusiasm and caution.
It's a delicate balance.
We need to be excited about the possibilities, but also mindful of the potential risks.
Absolutely.
And work to ensure that AI is used in a way that benefits all of humanity.
That's the key.
So for you listening, as we navigate this uncharted territory of AI, it's important to stay informed and engaged.
For sure.
Ask questions, be critical, and don't be afraid to voice your concerns.
Yeah, your voice matters.
The future of AI is being shaped right now.
That's right.
And it's crucial that we all participate in the conversation.
Absolutely.
But let's shift gears for a moment.
Okay.
And explore some of the less obvious applications of this kind of compact, efficient AI.
Sounds good.
What are some of the possibilities that haven't been widely discussed yet?
One area that I find particularly fascinating is the potential for AI to revolutionize scientific discovery.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine researchers using AI-powered tools on their laptops to analyze massive data sets, identify patterns, and generate hypotheses.
So instead of needing a giant supercomputer, you could be making breakthroughs from a coffee shop with decent Wi-Fi.
Pretty much.
That could accelerate scientific progress in ways we can barely imagine.
It could.
We could see breakthroughs in medicine, climate science, space exploration.
Yeah.
The list goes on.
The possibilities are endless.
That's incredible. It really democratizes scientific discovery.
It does.
Making it accessible to anyone with a good idea and a laptop.
Exactly. That's the beauty of it.
It's exciting to think about the ripple effect that kind of access could have on our collective knowledge and progress.
It could be transformative.
And it's not just about scientific discovery.
Right.
Compact, efficient AI could also revolutionize the way we create.
Absolutely.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Okay.
I'm always fascinated by the intersection of technology and creativity.
So imagine artists, writers, musicians using AI tools to explore new ideas, break through creative blocks, and push the boundaries of their art.
It's like having an AI muse whispering inspiration in your ear.
I like that.
It's a great image.
These tools could help us generate novel concepts, experiment with different styles, and even collaborate with AI to create entirely new forms of art and expression.
That opens up a world of possibilities.
It does.
We could see entirely new genres of music, groundbreaking works of art, stories unlike anything we've ever imagined before.
I think we're just scratching the surface.
It's about pushing the limits of human imagination with the help of AI as a creative partner.
Exactly.
But as we get swept up in this whirlwind of creative potential, we need to remember that with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, it's always true.
We've talked about the ethical considerations of AI.
Right.
But are there any other risks associated with its widespread adoption that we should be thinking about?
One concern that comes up often is the potential for job displacement.
Right.
As AI systems become more sophisticated, they might be able to automate tasks that are currently performed by humans.
That's a valid concern.
It is.
And it's something we need to address proactively.
I agree.
Perhaps by investing in education and retraining programs to help people adapt to a changing job market.
Absolutely. We need to make sure the benefits of AI are shared by everyone.
Right.
Not just a select few.
Exactly.
It's about finding ways to work with AI, not against it.
It's a reminder that while AI can automate tasks,
Right.
it also creates new opportunities.
That's true.
And it's up to us to harness its potential in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
I completely agree.
This deep dive has been a fascinating exploration of the potential of AI, not only to change the way we interact with technology,
Right.
but to transform society itself.
And we're just at the beginning.
So as we wrap up this part of our discussion, I want to hear from you.
Okay.
What excites you the most about the possibilities of compact, efficient AI?
What really gets you thinking?
What applications spark your imagination?
And as you continue to explore the world of AI, what questions are you pondering?
We encourage you to share your thoughts and join the conversation.
Absolutely.
This is just the beginning of an incredible journey.
It is.
And we're all in it together.
We are.
You know, we've been talking about the potential of compact AI. Especially with this new technology, Taid.
Right.
And it's really got me thinking about all the ways AI is going to reshape our world.
It's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it?
It really is.
When you start to think about the possibilities.
But I want to go beyond the everyday applications.
Okay.
You know, the things we're already seeing on the horizon.
Right.
What are some of those less explored possibilities?
The ones that might catch us off guard.
Yeah.
Well, something that really fascinates me is how compact AI could revolutionize scientific discovery.
Oh, tell me more about that.
So imagine researchers all over the world suddenly able to run powerful simulations and analyze huge data sets right from their laptops.
So no more need for those massive supercomputers.
Exactly. That kind of access could lead to breakthroughs in so many fields.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Well, think about medicine, material science, climate modeling.
All happening at a much faster pace.
Exactly. Driven by researchers who might not have had those resources before.
That's amazing. It's like democratizing science itself.
It really is.
And I wonder about the ripple effects.
Yeah.
What happens when scientific progress isn't limited to those well-funded labs and institutions?
It's hard to even imagine.
Could we see solutions to problems we thought were unsolvable?
It's possible.
Innovations coming from unexpected places?
Absolutely. And it's not just about crunching numbers, you know?
Right.
It's about how AI can augment human ingenuity.
I love that phrase, augmenting human ingenuity.
It really captures the essence of this partnership.
It's not about replacing humans.
No.
It's about giving them the tools to do even more. So what other fields could be transformed by this kind of partnership with AI?
Well, one area I think is ripe for disruption is creativity.
Oh, interesting.
Imagine artists, writers, musicians using AI tools not just as inspiration, but as collaborators.
As collaborators in the creative process.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
You can see entirely new art forms emerge, genres of music we can't even imagine yet.
Stories told in ways that break all the rules.
And this creative power wouldn't be limited to a select few.
So it's not about AI replacing artists.
No.
It's about giving more people the tools to express themselves in new ways.
Precisely.
That's an incredible thought.
It is.
But as we've discussed, with every technological leap come potential downsides as well.
It's important to be mindful of those.
We've talked about responsible AI development,
the
potential for job displacement. What other challenges should we be thinking about?
I think a crucial aspect is making sure that AI is used ethically and responsibly. We need to develop strong guidelines and safeguards.
To prevent AI from being used for harmful purposes.
Exactly, because like any powerful tool,
it
can be used for good or evil.
And we need to make sure we're steering AI in the right direction.
Absolutely. And that takes ongoing dialogue, open collaboration.
And a willingness to adapt as the technology evolves.
It's not just about the code.
Right.
It's about our values.
It's about how we choose to shape the future with AI.
Exactly.
Well, this deep dive has been incredible.
I've enjoyed it.
Full of mind-blowing possibilities and thought-provoking questions.
It's been a great conversation.
So as we wrap things up, what are your final takeaways?
What do you want our listeners to remember?
For our listeners, as they consider the impact of compact, efficient AI on their own lives.
I think the most important thing is to stay curious.
Okay.
And engaged.
Stay curious and engaged. I like that.
Don't be afraid to explore.
Yeah.
Ask questions. Imagine what might be possible.
Right, because the future of AI is being written right now.
It is.
And we all have a role to play in shaping it.
We do.
That's a powerful message.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, we want to hear from you.
Absolutely.
What are your hopes and fears about the future of AI?
What applications of this technology excite you the most?
Keep exploring, keep questioning.
Keep the conversation going.
Because the future of AI is a future we create together.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing,
and keep diving deep into the world around you.